Mommy! Courtney wouldn't leave her alone until she unlatched the door and came out. She stomped her foot on the ground, upset that Courtney wouldn't leave her alone. She jumped up from the side of her bed and swung her bedroom door wide open. "Courtney, what do you want?" Heaven yelled at the boy. "Mommy, we're hungry." His small eyes pleaded with her to feed him. She remembered her children hadn't eaten since the day before. The layers of aggravation she felt a moment ago faded away and unveiled a compassionate, caring mother. "I'm sorry, Courtney. I know you guys are hungry." She quickly grabbed her kit and walked back into the kitchen with Courtney following close behind her. She placed her things down on the kitchen table and pulled her last 2 stale fortune cookies down from off the top of the refrigerator. Heaven knelt down in front of her son. "I'm sorry for yelling at you. Remember when Mommy told you sometimes she gets really sick and that makes her a mean mommy?" Courtney nodded his head. "Well, now is one of those times. Mommy really has to take some of her medicine before she gets any sicker. Take these." She handed them the 2 fortune cookies. "You eat one and give one to your sister and go into the living room with your sister. Watch TV until I call you, okay?" He carried the fortune cookies in one hand and his sister's hand in the other. They sat down on the living room floor in front of the couch and watched cartoons. Courtney and Odyssey broke open their cookies and pulled their fortunes out. Then they ate the hard outer shell, a temporary cure for their hunger. Odyssey laughed at the cartoons on the television screen, while Courtney's attention was directed toward his mother. He watched as she took the rubber hose and tied it tight around her arm. Plenty of times he watched his mother poke herself with that needle to make herself feel better. He had memorized her routine. She would push the lever on the needle only halfway down, lay her head back, and allow the medicine to take effect. The medicine she used always seemed to have a magical effect on her. Before she took the medicine, she was mean and selfish, but afterwards she was pleasant and more fun to be around. Heaven placed the needle down on the table and lit a cigarette. Suddenly, a loud banging sound at their front door scared her. His mother looked at them and smiled. Courtney was frightened. It sounded like someone was trying to tear into their home. "Heaven, come out here. I know you're in there." Heaven lifted herself from the raggedy but comfortable chair she was sitting in and dragged herself to answer the front door. When she opened the front door, her next-door neighbor, Art, verbally attacked her. "Heaven, where's my stuff?" He yelled at her. "Art, I don't know what you're talking about," she replied with a straight face. "Don't play games with me, Heaven. You came to my house late last night talking about you missed me and had been waiting for me. I took you to bed, and when I woke up this morning, you're gone, and so is my last bag of dope. If you stand there and lie in my face about taking my stuff, then you leave me no choice but to beat the truth out of you." Art threatened. "I didn't take your stuff. I just borrowed it." "Borrowed it?" he yelled. "You can't borrow dope. What you think? You can give it back to me when you're done?" "I was going to replace it." "That's bull. Heaven, if you don't return my stuff right now—" Art tried to open the screen door, but Heaven had it locked. "Where is it?" "Gone." "Gone? What you mean by gone? You couldn't have used all that dope that quickly." "Art, it wasn't that much in the bag to begin with. But if you want proof, I'll show you the empty bag." She opened the door and invited him in. They stepped inside, and when they reached the living room, Heaven watched in horror as her son took the needle and injected the remaining amount of dope into his sister's arm. "No!" Heaven screamed. She dashed to her daughter, and the